So this is DayZ.
I know I made a mistake, I know I lied. I should have noticed, yeah, I should have tried. And all the loving that I just ignored, I'm gonna revive it, I'm gonna revive
Apart from this bunch of shuffling lunatics behind me, where the hell is everyone? And why aren't they here?
Come now, give me a moment, 'cause you know about the place I'm from.
There are small signs that people are around somewhere.
Show it, all the things that we can become.
They're just small signs, really.
I know I made mistakes, I know I lied. I should have noticed, yeah, I should have tried. And all the loving that I just ignored.
I didn't actually intend to make a video like this. I had a story in mind, would you believe it? I wanted to do a story about setting up a sanctuary and inviting people to it, bringing the people of the server together. That was what I got back into DayZ to do. But I couldn't really do it. Now, before I get into that, I'm going to talk about the good and the bad as I see it right now. Because I put a good fair few hours into the game since I've jumped back onto DayZ. I wanted to give a good shot. It's not fair to criticise it just on an hour's gameplay, so no, I've been back on and I've given it a decent shot. Now, before I get into it, let me just give some of the good things about DayZ right now. The sounds. The ambient sounds of when you're running through the forests, when you're lying in the grass, they're really, really good. They're some of the best I've heard in a game. In fact, I can honestly tell you there have been several times with my headsets on that I've thought have been sounds from outside my house. Very good. The gun sounds are good. They're actually quite accurate to what guns sound like. Obviously not as loud as real guns, but I fired quite a few guns in my time, and yeah, they're pretty good. Pretty accurate in that respect. You know, the forests and the woods, when you get into them, are good. They're well done. They're dense and they're thick. And they've got a real feeling of being in forests and woods. The mistiness, the fogginess, they're brilliantly done. And the clouds, which you can see in the distance here, they are really, really good too. The map, as you can see here, is huge. Always has been huge. But check these clouds out. Oh, I love that stuff there. Look at all that in the distance here. That's so good. That's some of the best clouds I've seen in a game. The guns themselves. The guns are brilliant. They're intricate, detailed. They have many layers to them. You know, one gun can have multiple attachments. It's got to be very specific. The weapons, the ammunition, the cartridges, magazines, all that stuff. It's very intricately and it's very well done. The inventory system is pretty solid, actually. It's pretty solid. Yeah, it's got some glitches and things kicking around in it, but it works, and I quite like it. Once you get used to it, I actually quite like it. Now, bad things. The bad things, well, the zombies like you see here are dull and dumb as could possibly be. They really need so much more work. The zombies have been a constant problem in this game, and it's been up and down all the time. The loot, it's just painful at times. I mean, I know that from time to time, you know, you're going to struggle to find certain things, but, you know, I could barely find food, a can of beans, and as you see right here, I stopped because of that. Truly, at this particular point in this game, an amazing thing. That's right, and there it is in front of you, a plastic bottle. I quite literally spent 2 to 3 hours trying to find a container to put water into, and that's why I was so excited to find this plastic bottle. Now, should gameplay be about finding a plastic bottle and being ecstatic? Not really, no. The other key part to it, of course, is that with the map being so huge, well, there just isn't anybody around. The place is empty. I mean, it's seriously empty. Now, you might be thinking, well, the map's so big that perhaps you just didn't see other people. But no, I was traversing large amounts of the map. Never saw a damn soul. I was playing with one other guy from time to time. He's only seen one person on this server. And I was leaving very specific buildings' doors shut all the time. And in DayZ right now, all the doors are just open. They're always open. Every door is open. I don't know why that is, but they're all open. So if you shut the key doors on key buildings, you can tell if people come into them, because most people don't close the doors behind them in DayZ. Why would you bother? And I categorically tell you that I've been playing for days and days and days, shutting doors on key buildings. No one's opened them. The place is empty. So it all becomes a bit meaningless sometimes. You end up just doing what I've just done there, just shooting zombies, well, just because you can, really. You wouldn't do that if there's lots of people around. I mean, there'd be players hearing the gunshots, there would be all those sort of things, attracting attention. I just did it because, God, I was so bored. I just wanted to do something. I've got all these guns, I've got all these amazing bits of gear, I might as well bloody use them. You just kill zombies because you can, really. But the biggest problem in DayZ is right now, and I just don't see it changing. I've been watching what the developers do. I watch it closely, and they've totally missed the point. You cannot build your own story. At the beginning of this video, I mentioned that I wanted to do a story, but I couldn't. What was I going to do? Just put some tents up? See if people come to them? Well, that might have worked, but the people can just turn up and take the tents. I have no way of building a base. And if I can't build a base, not a real base, nobody else can either. So therefore, you become like a wandering Ronin, just wandering around looking for people, shooting zombies, looting up, shooting players, if there's players around. It all just becomes a little meaningless. Now, I know they're doing all sorts of technical things, rolling around on ground and shooting, animating, falling, guns, all sorts of bits and pieces. And they're still working on a lot of that stuff. But all you've got really right now is the most basic stuff to make a story out of. Because open world games are about making your own story. They're not about anything else. And this is a vast, vast map. It's huge. Behind me here is the wilderness, and extends as far as the eye can see. And you can go as far as the eye can see. Now, I really hope things will change. I really hope they do for DayZ. I've put a lot of hours into this game, but it hasn't progressed much. Technically, it's going to get better. There's going to be a lot of technical innovations coming out which is going to make it better. But I do not see them, not for a significant period of time, of adding into this game the ability to make a story. And that's what it's all about. And right now, well, it all just seems a little hollow. It's an empty shell of a game. The shell is detailed, but it's hollow on the inside. And God, I just hope that it changes.